Welcome back to another episode of No Rules Cooking with Irene.
Hi guys, welcome back to my show and thanks for watching. Irene's No Rules Cooking. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are making orange cranberry bread, my husband's favorite, so I hope you enjoy this. So first thing we're going to do is I am preheating the oven to 350 and that's going. And over here in the mixer, we've got a cup of softened butter, 1 1/3 cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and some orange essence. So what I am using is the doTERRA wild orange essential oils. Gives it a fantastic flavor. Or you can just buy some orange extracts from the grocery store. So what we're going to do is we're going to beat this until it's nice and soft, fluffy. So that's going to go for a little bit. So you can see that the sugar is getting, sugar and the butter is getting nice and fluffy. Have a look. This is going to go for a couple more minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to stop and I'm going to scrape the sides of the bowls because a lot of times, you know, the sides aren't getting mixed in properly. So we're just going to give that a little scrape. And we're going to start it up again. Okay, so this has been beating for about 3 minutes. It's pretty light and fluffy. Next step, we're going to add our 4 eggs, 1 at a time, mixing after each addition. I like to stop it so that I don't get egg all over the place. So
Makes a lot of noise too.
Crack 1 at a time. Mix it in. I'm going to do that with all 4 eggs. Easy peasy. 2 more. Try not to get any shells in there. Last one. And while we've got the stop, we're going to scrape the sides of the bowl again. Get everything in there. Scrape your spatula. And we're going to give this a nice beat for a couple of minutes. Okay, so this is pretty much finished beating. So we're going to take the beater part off because our next step is adding the flour. So we don't want our beater on there anymore. We want a different mixer because it's going to start getting quite thick. So we're going to change our beater. And we're going to add 2 1/2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, which has been all mixed together already. And over here I've got a small 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. And we're going to alternate the flour and the milk into this mixture now. A little bit of flour, a little bit of milk. Whoopsie. Don't do that. Ha ha ha. In you go. That's okay. No harm done. We're going to give this a little mix. That's good. More flour. More milk. Give it a mix. It's looking nice and thick. Looking good. There we go again. Second last one. Milk. And last time. Get it all in there. Flour. And let's scrape all of this good milk out of here with a spatula. Don't want to leave anything in there. All out of there. Okay. Give it a final mix. We'll let that go for a couple minutes. We're batter is looking really good. And now we're going to add our cranberries and our orange zest. So we've got 12 ounces of frozen cranberries. You can use fresh or frozen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a little flour. And what this does is it coats the berries and it prevents them from sinking to the bottom of the batter. So we've got a nice coating of flour on those berries.
It's cold outside. Give them a coat.
We've got zest from 2 large oranges. So this is where the no rules comes in. I love lots of orange flavor. It only calls for zest of 1, but go ahead, go crazy and add zest of 2 or 3 if you want. We're gonna add all the zest in there. Gonna have awesome flavor. Don't miss any of it. And we're gonna add our cranberries and we're going to fold everything in. We'll get all that excess flour in there. We're just gonna stir this by hand. Everything folded in there. Oh, doesn't that look good? Believe me, it's going to be delicious. I can't make enough of this for my husband. He just loves it. And then he complains that he's putting on weight. So, let me give this a good stir. It's really thick, this batter. Very, very thick. So, I think we pretty much got it. Okay, so over here we're going to take our loaf pans. You can use 1 large bundt pan, or this time I'm going to try the 2 loaf pans and see how that goes. Easier for me for freezing because it's a lot of cake to have all at once. So we're going to prep them. I'm going to spray them really well with nonstick spray. Sides all the way up to the top. Make sure you get lots in there. Good. Pop them both. The oven should be hot enough. Okay, those are good. So now we're just going to divide this batter into both the pans. Look at how thick that is. Look at all those berries. Doesn't that look good? A little bit of here, a little bit there. Make sure we get the same amount in each one. Extremely thick. A little hard to work with, but it's okay. Go ahead and use your fingers.
Or your toes.
Look at this. So smoothing it around, see where we're at. Push it right down in there. There's a little bit left. A little bit in this one. This doesn't have as much. Everything out of that bowl. All that batter out of there. Good. Let's clear this spatula.
Usually it's a bunt.
It's usually a bunt. Today we're having 2 loaves. Spread it all out. The rest of it will drop as it's baking and it'll spread out evenly. Okay, and that's it. It's ready for the oven. Clean up a little here. Get those in the oven. And you go. Okay, and we're going to set our timer for 40 minutes and then check them. All right, we'll see you in a bit. And oh, look what time it is. Time to take them out of the oven and check them. Let's get our oven mitts on. They look good. So I'm just going to take this skewer and give it a nice poke. And guess what? They're not done. See all that batter?
Uh-oh.
That's okay. This is why we test things. I'm going to cover these up with some tin foil because as you can see, the top is getting really brown and we don't want it to get too dark. We're just going to tent it with a little tin foil.
Going camping with your friend.
If I can find it.
Lost the tin foil.
There it is. Take a couple pieces of tin foil. Sure, we'll put on our gloves. And we're going to tent each one. This way the top doesn't get overly dark. Okay. I'm going to set the timer again for, say, another 15 minutes. All right. Okay, it's that time again. We're going to check the cake and see if it's ready this time. Put your gloves on. All right. Perfect. See? No batter. So that one's done. This one's got to be done. Right through the middle. Perfect.
Just like me.
So let's get these out of the oven and onto the cooling rack. And we're going to leave them for a good 10 minutes to cool off a little before we take them out of the pan. And there we go. Beautiful. We'll see you in a little bit when we're ready to glaze the loaves. Thanks. Okay, we're down to our final phase of our loaf. So we're gonna make the glaze that goes on it. So in this bowl, I've got freshly squeezed juice from 2 large oranges, lots of zest from 2 oranges, and a little bit of our essential oils in orange. Give it some extra flavor. And I'm going to add approximately 2 cups of icing sugar. And you'll be able to tell the consistency whether it's good or not good. As you stir it, you can add more icing sugar if it's too thin, and if it's too thick, you can add more juice. I'm just gonna give it a nice stir and see what happens. As you can see, it's turning into liquid. And I can tell just by looking at it that it's going to need some more sugar because it is quite thin. And we don't want it too thin because if it's too thin, it's going to run right off of the cake. So we're going to get some more. Okay, so we're adding some more sugar. The reason I'm putting it through the strainer this time is because I'm using a little bit of my vanilla icing sugar, and there's pieces of vanilla bean in here, and we don't want that falling in our sauce. So we're just gonna get this all. It's got lots of lumps, so it's gonna take a little while longer. Okay, we're patient. Hopefully this will be enough sugar. Make as much or as little as you want. This is a lot of sauce, but Bill likes lots of icing on his cake. So this will be fine in the fridge. Even if it stiffens up a little bit, just give it a little whisk the next day. We're only going to ice one of these because one's going straight in the freezer, and I usually don't like to ice it before it goes in the freezer. Okay. Let's give this a go. Now this is getting better. It's amazing how far the juice of 2 oranges will go. It's still quite runny. Still quite runny to the point where I would even add more sugar. So we're gonna have a pretty big batch here. Joining us is our Buster, the love of my life, next to you, of course, Phil. Say hi, Buster. So I think I finally got this glaze where I want it. So we're just going to pour it over. Again, I'm only doing the one. And there's parchment paper underneath because a little bit's going to fall over the edges and just keeps everything clean. So that's it. That's our final thing. We are finished. Can't wait to dig into this. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.